Alright everybody, this is the Temu digital camera, supposedly 4K camcorder, such as this one right here that I ordered from Temu. This one's 60, the other one was 47. And I'm going to do a review on it, like with most China camcorders. 4K, not so much. It really gets real jumpy because there's not a real sensor in it. Okay, I'm going to show you a review. The video is not bad. I'm going to show you some different places. We took it out to the Blakely battlefield, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. Here's the camera right here. I got the green. I like the army green on it. I thought that was kind of neat. There is no lens cap for it, which is a fail on my part. I mean on Temu's part, because all cameras should have a lens cap. You scratch that right there, it's a paperweight. This does not come off, you know, anything like that. It's super light. It almost feels like kind of like cheap plastic. And 4K, I'm going to shoot a 4K video and show it to you. And these lights are supposed to come on right here. I can't get them to come on even through the camera itself. But you power it up right here. So let's look at this. Okay, there it is. These lights will flash. You go here to your camera, and you go back. That's your camera right there. And then you go back over here, and that's your video right there. And I'll show you. And then you go here to your menu. Let's see here. And then you can go down through all of the photo resolution, focus. Let's make this straight right here. Try to give you guys the best review. Voice recorder, time lapse. I have not used the time lapse. File link is off. Slow motion movie, have not used that. Screensaver. Power frequency, I made it 60 hertz. It was 50 and 60. And then the fill-in light right here, which is this. I can't get it to come on. See, it says automatic. It will not come on. And it says it has a hot shoe. So I have not tried the hot shoe, but for 60 bucks, I'm going to show you some of the, there's an effects right here too. Let's see what that one is. Okay, so it's got green, red, blue. And negative. Let's see how that looks. Negative. Okay. Yeah. That's pretty neat. That is pretty neat. So if I'm going to give you the review, I'm going to give you the review. Let's get this negative off here. It's pretty cool. So right now it's on 1920. Okay. And that's where I left it. And I'm going to show you the 4K outside. And is it worth the 50 bucks? We'll see. You know, it's time lapse. We're going to do some of this right here. I'm going to show you. Then also you can see the photo resolution, 53, I guess that's megapixel, and then 9728 by 5472. I'm going to include a couple pictures of the cat I just took a picture of. I did a slow motion recording outside. I'm going to see how it comes out. I'm going to shoot real quick in 2.7 just down the hallway right here and show you what a 2.7 looks like. See if it lags. I did shoot a 4K video outside. I'm going to include that in the video. There's a couple other things right here. So you see where it says regular photographing. I'm not sure what that is. I'll have to read the instructions. I have the focus mode off because it struggles in low light. It struggles to focus, and I don't like that. So Wi-Fi, I have not used that yet. You know, it says it's on, so we'll see here. I'm not going to mess with that right now. But one thing to notice also is the microphone is very, very poor. There is no attachment for a microphone unless you can use a USB-C, which this is how it charges right there on the bottom, right there where that little light is. That's USB-C. You might be able to get a USB-C microphone and mount it to this. This says it's a hot shoe that you can activate. Okay, I don't have anything to use for a hot shoe. I did put a light on it. So you can see. For 50 bucks, you know, you really can't beat it. I'm going to go ahead and offload these videos and show you. But again, the microphone is poor. It is. It's real tinny. You can probably do that in post production. You can probably make it better. It's definitely not a Sony. It's it's definitely not a. I'm using a Sony right now, AXP35 to film this. It's Temu. It's China stuff, right? And again, this fill light, I have it on automatic. I'm going to try to turn it on. Let's see if we can get it to come on here. Okay, I went to always on. There it is. There's the fill light. I'm not going to blind you, but it's you can turn it on. It's not super bright, just using the stove right here. So one thing to note, when you power it down and power it back up, you'll have to do the settings. It resets most of the settings. It does default. Hey Edgar, what's happening? Why are you on the counter, Edgar? Move. Cat crashing mine. It does reset it, but it also, you see right there, it goes to 2.7 at 30 frames. It defaults to that. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn this fill light off. You're going to go here to the menu, that little center button, go down here to fill light, then you just hit that, and then you go to close. It's off. Okay, and this is how you cycle through the menu. This is how you cycle through everything. So it's got an effect thing right here. There's your effect. This is what you can make green. I'll go back to it here. Effect. Okay, there's your normal. Black and white, green, red. Get down. And you can make, I like the red and blue. I actually like I like that negative effect. That's pretty cool. And also to power it on and off, where the light is in the hot shoe, you just hold this right here. Powers it off. Now, I don't know, I'm estimating the battery life is probably about maybe 45 minutes to an hour. It's super light. It does come with the instructions, and this is just to be a detailed video. I'm going to include the Blakely. We took it out to the Blakely battlefield yesterday, walking through the woods. There is no stabilization on it, so you can use a camera cage or a mount or some kind of a stabilizer, a gimbal of some sort. And I'm going to go ahead and attach these videos and show you a little more about it. Again, 4K. I don't know, man. I don't know. There's no, there's no processor on it. So 4K is, we'll see when we upload it. So I'm going to put that in right now. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, so this is 2K right here. So it doesn't really look like 2K though. 2.7K. But it does seem as jumpy. Can you light the lights up for us if you're here? Are any Civil War soldiers here? Can you light the lights up just a little bit? Let us know you're here. Can you just light up one light for us?
Can you tell us your name? I know we're close to the Confederate lines. What unit were you with?
Hello?
Do you know that the South surrendered? Did you know that Lee surrendered to Grant?
Were you wounded in battle?
Do you know that the South surrendered? Did you know that Lee surrendered to Grant?
saying say guided ghost hunt and then give them your name and they're like, cool. They don't even check stuff.
Yeah, this is checking just to say. So, roll the window down and go.
7. What time we got?
6:15.
Damn. Early.
So here's the 1920 by 720, I believe, and it's the negative effect. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. And you can see it's a little jumpy, right? Just a little jumpy. And there is no stabilization on this camera whatsoever. And there it is shooting in the red. I thought that was kind of neat. Gives it kind of a red hue to it. That's kind of cool. Then we're going to see what the green looks like. There's the green right there. So, again, no stabilization and real jumpy. So we'll play that back too. For $50, I think it'll work. And then audio is not that great either. Okay, this is 4K outside. So this is 4K at 30 frames. Okay, it looked like it stopped recording. Not sure what that's about. See if it'll do it again. Edgar's up to something here. All right, everybody. So I couldn't get the slow motion to work. The final thoughts. The 2.7 doesn't really look like 2.7. The 4K, the colors look rich, but doesn't look like 4K. Like I'm shooting with this camera right here. This is the Sony AXP35. I think it's just shoot it in 1920. But you know, for $50, you know, I wouldn't use it as a primary camera. It's fun to just experiment with. Set it on a tripod. Let it run. If you go to a haunted location, you know, it's. I think it was worth the $50. I like the negative effect on it. It does everything looks like an X-ray, and you can do that. You know, being a ghost hunter, I can use that. I have a ton of cameras, but you know, for $50, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. I don't think it's. It might show 4K. It might show, you know, 3720 by whatever on the file name. But it just looks, the colors look vibrant but kind of washed out. What do you expect for $50, right? But I'm going to keep it. I'm going to use it. It does have an eternal battery, which means at some point, it may be a year from now, maybe 2 years from now, that battery will die. It's just how it is with those things. I'm not going to be using it every day. I like the green on it. I think it looks cool, and the color effects and everything. Even out in the woods at Blakely, it looked actually pretty decent, and I think that was at 1920. I think that's going to be the main thing on it. So because there's no processor on this camera, so that's my review. I'll mess around with the slow motion and the other effects on it. You can turn the date time off, obviously, and that's my review on it. If you want to get it, I like the green. The green's cool, and no lens cover. No lens cover. Be very, very, very careful. Shame on them for sending a camera no lens cover. Cheers, everybody. Sean with Suncoast Films. That's my review. Later.